Are you
This
recording?
is my work side. This is my work side when I do work Zoom. So,
That's your dark side.
this is the homie side.
Hey, there we go. There we go. That's the one I want. I'm not scared of that guy. I'm scared of that V-neck.
Gentlemen, don't wear regular shirts. Gentlemen have V-neck.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I rock the V. I'm rocking
They have
the V.
button-up shirts, okay?
Give it to me.
Welcome to We Roll Deep, a subsidiary of Good to Geek Out.
Shut up. Shut up.
We are going to be experimenting in our new game. Today we're going to be running Marvel Superheroes, old school FASERIP. And we're going to have a couple of people, 3, 2, 1. And I am happy, I don't know, what should you do? And I'm happy to be rolling with, introduce yourselves.
Ben Grimm, The Thing. Nelson
No.
Garces, a.k.a.
Thank you. Next.
Editor, I will be Sue Storm. You will never, ever see me.
Rob Lucy, I'll be playing the part of Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic.
Flame on, ladies and gents. It's your boy, Johnny Storm.
And I will be your not Stan Lee, Robert Strader, aka Boba Fresh. Couldn't get Kirby, so they got me. John Burnt. Maybe I think I might stick with that one. I might stick with John Burnt. Yeah, I really look forward to playing this game with all of these friends, and I hope you enjoy the show. Please subscribe, and there are no spoilers because we're making it all up.
Yeah.
You're all sitting around a dining table of the 47th floor on, what is it, Lexington at the Four Freedoms Plaza. As you look out the window, the skyline and spears that are skyscrapers jutting out of the New York horizon dart up behind you. Dinner has been delightful. Conversation has been light. And it's been a nice day to kind of relax from what you were doing. Why doesn't everyone describe what their day was like?
We've been discussing whether or not we should put a mind block on our young son to keep him from destroying reality, and whether that's a good or a bad thing. Will he resent his father when he gets older?
Damn it, Reed.
Or will he be like, yo, that was actually a pretty good idea, Dad?
Damn it, Reed. Can we potty train him before we put a mind block on him?
Yeah.
Maybe we could teach him to use the
Tough
bathroom
call, tough
first,
call.
Reed.
Maybe we should work on having a little sister, huh?
You two don't ever shut up. I spent all day brooding around the garage working on our hovers and rovers.
I'm trying to make sure my husband can cure you, but for some reason he doesn't seem to try as hard as he does for other things.
I could do anything in reality except for turn Ben Grimm back to human form. Don't know why that's impossible for me, but it's not.
Well, hopefully if we got a little funding. I've been trying to step up our social media presence.
Oh, nice.
Johnny Storm is
Hey,
about
little bro.
getting some more
Little brother.
recognition and pub out there for the mighty, mighty Fantastic Four. And it's hard work, gentlemen. You know what I mean? A face that's pretty can only go so far, getting the oodles and noodles of fan behind us and our initiative here.
Which model of the week have you been dating, Johnny?
Heather Skankalot.
Oh.
I thought you were going to say the Dazzler.
I went to high school with her.
As the, what is his name? Herbie? As Herbie and the other automatons that Reed has designed begin to clear the dinner plates and take them to the techno washer disher machine. As the table gets cleared, a screeching siren starts to blare through the room. Full alert, unidentified objects approaching negative zone portal. Unidentified objects approaching negative portal.
Is that the negative zone portal that Reed built inside the building, or is that just opening up in space?
The one inside the building.
Okay, yeah. Let's go check out
Contact estimated in 60 seconds.
I give away. Look to
59
Mr.
seconds. 58 seconds.
Flame on, Johnny. Let's go.
As you make your way downstairs into the giant lab, around you, computer consoles, giant monitors, very 80s metal occupying the entire room. Negative zone, the entire, the klaxons are going off, and the flashing red is filling up the area. As you look at the end of the room, you see the negative zone portal, your classic portal. How would you like to imagine it? Reed, what does your portal look like? You designed it.
It's like one of those geospheres that you would stand in, like down at the beach or something, where you put your arms in, and it's like, yeah. Well, it's spinning, and then there's a portal to another dimension within the giant rings.
Nice. So as you see that, for some reason, the rings seem to be a little askew and warping. The energy is pulsating off of the sides and the computers as negative zone antimatter energy starts to arc and hit computer consoles and spark. Invisible woman.
Yes.
Give me a force field roll. Let's read your character. Tell me how you do this.
As I see the sparks start to fly, I realize my family is in danger. So first thing I do is throw up a force field to block my family. And I will roll for that. Damn. Can I add projectile spikes? I would have to roll really high to get the dome and projectile spikes at the same time.
Yeah, because that would be a power stunt. You're doing two things at once, and that would definitely strain her.
Yeah, I'd be fucked after that. Okay, I'm just going for the.
I mean, I'm not telling you can't do it. I'm just telling
No,
you.
no, I can't. But I'm not. Historically, our rolls are not great. I'm just gonna try to take care of my family and block real quick. So 49.
I guess it works off your monster strength, and if that's the fucking case, Jesus Christ, woman. But that makes sense. 49 off of a monstrous 75 gets us into the last column of the green. So it's the most intense form of you just flashing up your energy bubble. The dome has protected, and right at the time that you do, like an arc gets right in front of you and starts to arc out. Johnny Storm, what are you doing?
I'm going to attempt to let's incinerate the last bits and pieces that are still hurling out towards us.
Nova Flame.
No, not that serious. It's
Okay, make sure.
You don't need to blow the building up. Jeez.
You gotta burn shit up. Sorry.
Mr. Fantastic has a talent in electronics and physics, gives him a +1 column shift to the right on all feats. For those who are not familiar with FASERIP, it uses, instead of the FASERIP uses a percentile system that sets you on an axis, and the higher you get and the stronger your power is, the more likely it is for you to succeed in what you're attempting. A white is a miss, a green is a graze, a yellow is a solid hit, and red is the bullseye. The switch is on the other side of the room near.
Yeah, I'm gonna stretch. I'm gonna use my elasticity.
All right, Reed, give us a roll. You have a plasticity at a
Can you see that?
monstrous rank.
That's a 91, if you can see it or not.
Whoa.
There.
Right?
Here. Let me change it here. I'll go no background. That's the best roll I've had in since I started playing this game, actually.
Yeah.
Probably.
Reed, yeah, you were able. Fucking awesome. Yeah, 91 on your monsters. You were deep into the red intensity. Yeah, you were able to bust off a couple of stunts and easily try to get all of the computations in. Give us a reason roll utilizing your talent of engineering.
My reason is actually pretty. I think I'm a 50 for reason.
But since you are talented in engineering, it will actually bump up one column and go to monstrous 75.
And I got a 27.
Whoa.
That's more typical.
Yeah, it's probably still not that bad.
It's still into the green. You're able to the intense shuddering that was happening in the room and shaking the place is stopped. And as the geodesic dome continues to spin, you start to see negative shapes against the negative zone's background that are approaching very fast.
It sounds like I bought us some time, fellas.
I'm gonna smash it. All right, here we go.
Okay.
47. Ooh. I do have incredible fighting or monstrous strength. I don't know what you want to choose on that one.
Let's use your monstrous strength. You said 45?
47, so looks green.
Most intense green. You are able to make your way there as you do negative energy, antimatter energy as it meets with matter, starts to create arcing forms of electricity and other odd energy as the turnover of molecules meeting, and they explode, but still it's the thing, and he gets his way through, and as you start bashing at the bottom, the alarm system goes, imminent integrity compromised, imminent integrity compromised, contact in 10 seconds. 9 seconds. Negative zone portal probability breach 99.99999999999999999.
All right.
You've smashed the machine, and the geodesic dome has stopped spinning. As it does, a bright, blinding explosion pushes out of the center of the room. Everybody, I'm going to need an endurance check, please, as this energy blast rips through them.
Sorry.
77.
Ooh. Excellent endurance in my roll.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, fuck. I'm hurting. I got an 8. This is typical.
The energy pulse.
He's watching a cue in the
Beautiful.
background.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Thank you, Nelson. The energy pulse ripples through, and it is too much for Reed. For Sue, her shield is able to protect her and Johnny and Reed's physical form that's still within. But it is too much, and it just kind of shuts your mind down, and you get stunned for 2 rounds. Sue has stunned.
I'm stunned?
No, Reed's stunned.
No, Sue is stunned. Reed.
Oh, Sue's stunned.
Took the hit for you. I hate when you go all noodle on me, Reed.
The energy that would have ripped the flesh off of your bones had been protected by Sue's shield.
babe.
However, Reed is still winded for one round. And Johnny, what are you doing?
I'm going to siphon off all that energy, take control of that, and redirect it right back into that geodesic, the portal.
Is that part of John's power set? He
What's
can
up?
absorb energy?
I can control it. I can control the flame.
Yeah, this is how you get new powers. You fucking say it and you try it. You're gonna have control fire, and we're gonna shift 2 columns to the side because this is an antimatter energy that you are not. It's not from Earth. So instead of unearthly, you'll be rolling on the amazing column of 50.
Okay. Ugh. Deuce, 22.
Oh, double deuce.
Is a miss. Yeah, Johnny, it is literally out of this world energy, and as you try to treat it like matter fire, the antimatter completely, as soon as it gets in contact with you, just causes an explosion and blows you back.
Oh.
You are stunned for just 1 round. I shouldn't say that.
So
Thing,
the only person left on the field right now is Ben.
Yeah.
Ben is holding it down.
I have resistance to fire, but not negative zone energy. Let's see. 77 was my roll.
Yeah, Thing is standing. You are by the portal at the other end. You see that Sue, Reed, and Johnny have all suffered some form of backblast from this energy. What do? You see the figures still approaching, seconds away, and you see everyone in the background helpless as the arcing energy continues to ripple throughout the room.
Well, if I can get somewhere in between the down members, or as many of them as possible, and the encroaching offensive negative or positive energies, we don't know if they're good or bad.
Now remember, if you can stop them, you can hang this over Johnny Storm's head for at least a week.
Yeah. So I want to definitely be the first one they meet. So I'm the only one standing.
Excellent. I love it.
And probably if Reed got hit with the hardest blast.
No, Sue did. Sue took the brunt of the blast to protect me. Sue's out for 2 turns, and Johnny and I are out for 1 turn.
Oh, then definitely I'd get between the monsters and Sue. Yeah.
Done and done. As the energy continues to spark throughout the air and you make a move, give me another endurance check.
9.
5 seconds. 4 seconds. Imminent. Breach. Boom! The portal itself is completely destroyed and ripped apart. In the smoking aftermath, you see the shape of a 10-foot stocky humanoid with a large mane and wearing body armor. And whoa, look at this fucking guy.
Whoa!
What the fuck?
Hey!
Is that Blastar? Did you work this out already, Rob? Like, how did that?
Done.
Like magic, right?
Look across the room at where the portal used to be. you can see that there's 45 stories of New York air right in front of you as the side of the Baxter building has been blown out by the force.
Oh yeah.
Can I use an emergency signal to get it over to Avengers Tower, and maybe they can send backup? Perhaps 2 of their key top members to help us out in our time of crisis?
Excellent. Reed Richards, you're going to get +10 karma points for such great storytelling.
Oh.
And
Well earned.
And I already have 100.
Well earned.
As you are able to type in the emergency code to Avengers Mansion, on the other end, watching on duty, we have we love it, Dwight.
It's kind of inappropriate, I think, for the moment. The Illuminati OG. I had to have it.
And on the other end of the Avengers Mansion emergency broadcast receiver, Iron Man Tony Starks has been stuck with the duty that he just probably is not down for, but he does his thing. Tony Stark, you are on night watch at the Avengers Mansion, and all of a sudden you hear an alarm as the emergency system goes off. As you look up onto the screen, you see the giant face of Mr. Reed Richards.
Okay.
Reed Richards, what do you do?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were telling me. I got there. You didn't tell me more about what's going on with him before I told you what I was going to do. I just see him.
He's gonna tell you, and then.
While you were out, I filled them in on what was going on, and we need them here ASAP.
Gotcha.
A breach in the negative zone, probably from a little negligence, or maybe it was somebody messing around. But yeah, it looks like one of our old foes, Blastar, is bringing an army through the portal in the negative zone and the Baxter building, and we just got our asses handed to us, and we need some backup, or New York City's done for.
All right.
If not the entire world.
Well,
universe.
If the world's at stake, you called the right man. So to begin with, I assessed the situation. I know it's of dire urgency if you're reaching out to me. And I have contingencies for this type of event. I know it's not the modern X-Men, but I mean, I still got some shit, right? I'm like advanced, right? Tear in space-time.
It's a breach in the between our reality and the negative zone.
Breach is my favorite. Okay, so the breach. Basically, I'm coming up with something to. That's a good one. Something to counteract that breach, possibly with high intensity ion bombardment to speed up the molecules, the atoms in the tear there, and create some type of reducing or negative effect. I've already analyzed the equation, if you will, the formulas that have created this break. And like I said, I've got contingency plans, and I've targeted a special device to bombard and attack the tear, the rift.
All right, I love it. That was excellent storytelling. You're gonna get an extra 10 karma points for going into such a creative space. Tony knows that there is Tony knows that there is a device that he had been tinkering with. It is in the Avengers Mansion and in the R&D lab. As you make your way over there, you can hear explosions and rumblings that shake the mansion themselves.
Oh, I launched that to myself automatically. I don't have to go back for it.
Oh, okay. You launched it to yourself.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, bam! I hit the codes and shit. Boop, 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 boop. And,
give me give me a reason roll using electronics. So you're going to roll with your R, and we're going to shift it one column because you're trained in them, and you're going to remotely call your machine.
Jarvis. Is Jarvis working for? Jarvis, Pepper, whoever's catching this transmission. We've got a situation down here, and I need Big Bertha. Launch Big Bertha. Protocol 76. Activate.
I love it. Give me a roll.
Oh shit! The rolling. I forgot. Yes, of course. Yes, of course. So even though I came up with all of that, let's see how good I can roll to make it happen.
Yes.
It's gonna end with a 3. It's gonna end with
It was great storytelling.
Oh yeah.
I like it.
97.
Hey, sick.
Yes. Big roll.
First standing O ever.
Big good.
Just look at your crotch standing up.
We cut to a scene and at Stark Enterprises building on the 34th floor, like the entire side of the windows and everything goes down, and inside you just see like a bunch of various launch tubes, and boom, shooting out of the launch tube is Big Bertha, following your directions and heading towards the negative zone energy, and you are able to tap into the camera that you had built into it so you can watch it remotely, and it is streaking over. And when it gets there, it is able to contain the portal from getting any bigger. It stops from expanding as it pushes towards. It was already starting to eat half of the side of the Baxter building going down, but your device has stopped it. And as you look into this, as you look into the miasma, it is a black zone, and in the black zone you see white lined silhouettes moving around. Swinging through Manhattan, just getting done with his shift after being yelled at by J. Jonah Jameson, is Peter Parker. It's looking pretty good out there, Pete. You got a good day. You're able to stretch your legs as Spidey as you move through. However, a giant explosion rips through the city, shattering some glass storefronts and windows. People are scared, and you know, they're New Yorkers. They calm down after a second. No one's too freaked out. But they look up into the sky, and you see the giant purple, black, negative zone. Purple, negative zone energy, and you see the Big Bertha device streaking over.
Oh my gosh. Oh my God.
Crazy, huh?
You are about 20 blocks. You're about 20 blocks south of the Baxter building. What are you doing? Describe your day, Peter.
Well, after a hard day of being yelled at, even though I'm a photographer and I'm bringing content to that asshole, I decide that I'm just going to start moving towards the trouble, because my spidey sense is going insane. So I got to start making my way over there. So I do some swinging. It's going to take a minute, but I'm basically trying to keep track of of Mr. Stark's rocket, because I know exactly what's going on, because I see that something that Mr. Stark made is going through the air. So I bet you he'll be there, and maybe I'll be able to talk to him a little bit. He's kind of cool.
give me an agility roll as you use your acrobatics and your webbing to streak your trajectory through the skyline.
Got a 71.
Very nice. And your amazing 71 gets you deep into the yellow. Yeah, you are, you're just bouncing off of the walls, doing everything you can. You are able to keep eye line with
Going
Big
full spike.
Bertha. Big
What was
Bertha
that?
the entire time.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to stay ahead of Big Bertha because if I don't, like, if I get there, it's going to be, I don't know what that thing's going to do, to be fair.
So
And
as you swing swiftly through the city, you get to the, I don't know, what, how high are you? You're in New York. I mean, you got the entire vertical skyline. Like, how high up are you? There,
Right now-
the portal is on the 47th. The portal started on the 45th floor, but now is from the 47th floor to the 45th floor, 43rd floor.
okay,
So it's
so
about a 60-foot.
radius, kind of, vertical landscape,
Yeah.
so to speak. So, well, as Spider-Man, I tend to really like going high anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and start up, at the highest building I can find, which I'm assuming is going to be, depending on where you are as far as the schematics of New York go, I'm sure you're going to probably look at something like, I don't know, the Empire State Building, but if it's
Oh
anywhere.
yeah, no, that's one of those shots that the producers use, and you're like, that's not how New York is laid out, and they're like, no, we need to hang on the side of the
of the
Chrysler
Empire
Building.
State Building, man. It has to happen. So I'm going to find the
Wouldn't say
highest.
high.
It's really high.
Excellent.
So wouldn't say
Yeah,
high.
so you are able to get there, and as you climb up the side of the building, you are able to spot, like I said, the portal is away from the side of the building, and part of it has been destroyed, so you're able to find a way from on top of the roof down into the Omega room, where you see a stunned Reed Richards. Susan Storm has been winded, and Johnny Storm has attempted to take on a little bit too much odd energy. The only person you see standing is Ben Grimm, but he has been laid low by some odd energy. There is a humanoid shape about 10 feet tall standing in the center of the smoking machinery crater that used to be part of the room.
Okay, this is a different situation.
Thing.
So at this point, I want to create some space. I don't actually want to hit him, but I want to push him. Hopefully back into its own energy or just back into the further corner of the room just to get him away from the fallen people.
Okay. Give me a strength check, I guess.
I love how he's using those old school
30.
dice.
30.
That's awesome.
30 on your strength of monster 75 is into the green. As you move through, as you charge across the room and the energy still crackling, this giant maned gray-skinned humanoid stands in front of you, and like you get your push, and then all of a sudden your hands just pass through his hologram body, and you continue to move through. Give me a save to keep from falling off the side of the Baxter building.
Baxter Building. That's what it was called.
5. I guess I'm taking a plunge, guys.
You're made of solid granite, dude. You'll be fine.
I'll be all right.
That is,
Sounds like something Ben Grimm would do. Be the one falling. Like, oh.
Ben, roll me a 6-sided die.
They have the bread in? They're all these
Yeah,
helicopters
yeah,
on
yeah.
there.
They calling on the dice I didn't bring out.
Sorry. Reed Richards, as you
So
start to
analog.
come through, you see the shape of your old nemesis Blastar standing in the smoking crater of what was once the center of your Stargate-ish geodesic domed negative portal. Chessex is the way to go, baby.
Okay. Hey, Blastar.
Hold on one second. I want to get the roll from Nelson.
2.
You fall 2 stories down into the 43rd floor and look up, and it's just like the torn, the torn side of buildings. I don't know if I'd go quite Michael Bay-ish, but it is definitely all ripped up. And you can see the energy up top and the back silhouette of Blastar. Johnny and Sue are both starting to come to, although Sue is still a little winded. Richard, you see Blastar standing there. Ha 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 ha! Stupid as ever, Reed Richards. Your Earth shall be conquered. You will not prevent Blastar from expanding his empire. At that point,
Bravo.
the hologram fades away, and you see 4 egg-shaped metallic objects. No, I don't want to say metallic, but like these red, shiny, metallic-ish looking objects that have sharp porcupine antennae sticking out of the back. Just all come out of the portal, and then they go 4 different directions.
Okay, it sounds like we're gonna have to track down some eggy, spiky, weird objects. So we have it's gonna be tough. I'm gonna try to grab one. And let's see. I'm gonna ask Johnny Storm to go track one down. He has flight. Ombre, Iron Man has flight, so we got 2 flight guys. Peter Parker can go try to web sling one, perhaps.
To be fair, though, I am still like looking in through the window, like a creeper.
Oh, you're not. Oh, has it flown out? They're flying out of the building.
Yeah, I do figure if it does fly out of the side of the building, I'm just going to shoot a web at it, and it's going to take me for a ride.
Is there? Can we assume that we're on communal comms, or we can't talk to each other? We don't have radio.
Yeah, you guys just got done with dinner. Like,
Oof. Eee. We're not even.
Okay, so let's see. Who's in the? So the thing's 2 floors down. Spider-Man's right outside.
you don't know where the thing is. As far as you know, the thing fell off the side of the building, but yes, he's
Okay.
2 floors down. Spider-Man is 2 stories up on the 47th floor.
But I'm within shouting distance of Susan and Johnny.
They are,
Okay.
they are right next to you.
Boom. Okay.
Johnny,
I'm going to see if Johnny can blast one. I'm going to try to catch one, and then hopefully Susan can envelop a couple. So I'll roll.
Susan's still stunned for 1 round.
She's still stunned from 1 round? Okay, I'm going to try to grab 2 of them, and I'm have Johnny blast 2
I gotta
of them.
go say hi. I gotta finish this whole thing up.
Copy.
Mary Jane.
You think you got it in you, Johnny?
Oh, I got it in me. Flame on, brother.
Flame on, all right.
Knock this out.
We're not going to have a debate on this one. I'm sorry. That bugged me about that last one. Not this last game. Okay, I am rolling. Oh, it's tough for me to roll because they're usually so bad. It's a 46. It's not terrible.
It's better than
That
this.
is
46. There it is.
nice.
So what method were you using to contain the eggy thingies?
I'm just grabbing them. I mean, I got to go with my gut right now and say we can't let these things get out into our dimension. We got to keep them close. before I can run downstairs and grab the ultimate nullifier. We need to.
Well, Mr. Fantastic is known as a thinker and not a fighter, and that is represented in his statistics. Well, he's actually a decent fighter. He's good. However, your agility is only typical. It's a typical human, and at a typical 6, 46 gets you just shy.
Karma.
It's in the right?
Can I throw some karma points at this?
No.
Yeah,
That's
let's
exactly
throw
right.
10 karma points at this fucker right now.
So as you do, you're able to wrap one up, but one of them gets away. But describe how you wrap the one up.
Okay, my hand gets grotesquely big, like the biggest baseball mitt you've ever seen, like one of those little like sticky hand flapper things. You've seen them before? My kids get them all the time for Halloween.
The slime.
Wraps it up, and I'm gonna stretch my arm back and do my best to fling it back into the negative zone, like a yo-yo, boom, boom, like a bouncy ball, boom, boom, like that.
I like that.
You like that?
I like that.
Give me an endurance roll as it tries to fight you with its thrusters and rockets and the heat. Thankfully, you have your unstable moleculed suit, but there's only so much resistance that it can take.
That's like 2 in a row. Another one, another 42. I don't mind burning another 10 karma points, though.
Your endurance is 20, so it's not as bad. It is right into the green. You're not able to get it into the portal, but it is not flying away. You're like you've got it in your hand.
Okay, so we have 1 of 4 accounted for.
As one gets caught by Reed, Johnny Storm. You see these egg-shaped porcupine-butted red drones shooting out, and Reed is able to catch one, but there's 3 that are still out to get gotten. There's 3 still ready to get going.
My focus
Good to go.
All right, my focus is on 2 of these bad boys, grabbing one on each with each hand, following along their trajectory coming out of that force field there. And I'm going to sort of guide them up and out into the atmosphere, into space. And the whole time, like burning the shit out of them, like flame on to like try to crisp these little egg fucks.
I like it. So, Human Torch turns on his ability. You have your flight is at excellent speed. Johnny, give me an agility roll to catch the first one. They are flying in
95.
You were able to catch it, and by putting a little bit of your the barest minimum of your Nova heat, you're able to actually melt your hand into the metal facade of the thing, and you're able to guide it. And as you do, you then turn and try to catch the other one that's going the different cardinal direction, but it is starting to speed away at incredible speed, which is technically twice your speed. So you're going to need to get a serious roll here as you punch it.
Yes.
You try to fly and catch the other one.
Let's get 29.
Agility.
Agility. That's what
Nice.
excellent.
You normally probably would be able to catch it, but with the extra wind drag of having this other probe in your hand and it just being so awkward in flight, It is just getting right out of your range. Susan Storm, you start to come to.
Snap out of it, woman.
As you come to, you see a giant portal, the entire Omega room ripped apart. Your husband next to you, elongated to the point, holding something shooting away in his hand, and Johnny is just flamed on and shot out of the room. What do you do? Oh, Ben's nowhere to be seen, and the shape of Blast Star stands in front of you. You remember him from your trip.
I'm going to bubble Mr. As a mother and having motherly instincts, I'm going to protect my brother and my chosen mate, and then pull them into my center and make a big bubble and work from there.
Are you an alpha?
You gotta go get that other thing, man. You gotta go get the other egg.
What? Shouldn't we protect ourselves first?
You gotta protect the city first. You're a hero.
Protect who?
I want to say this is perfect. Hothead Johnny and Cool Storm. Cool
That is pretty good. Yeah, that played pretty well.
Sue, what
I
are you
told you
doing?
they'd be a good pair.
No, good call.
No,
So,
I'm
yeah.
gonna pull him. I'm gonna.
You gotta
Also
go.
indestructible.
Then I'm gonna protect Reed and make force spike projectiles everything around me. So Reed is close, right? My bubble wouldn't be too intense. It wouldn't take too much. So
Are you making you're making a spike bubble?
yeah, and shooting them out in every possible direction.
Okay. That is definitely going to occupy two different areas. For you and Reed to be protected is one shift extra, and then to shoot and be aggressive, I would say it would be at least one shift. But you want to shoot in every direction, you said.
Every goddamn direction.
All right. You're going to roll on the remarkable chart.
But I'm already on monstrous, right?
So every time,
Well, one step down now. So
for all the stuff you're doing, you get
Gotcha.
knocked down because you're doing a crazy power stunt.
I'm feeling good. I've been asleep for two turns.
The thing is if you make this successful into the yellow, you can do it as part of your skill set.
Move? Oh, nice.
It becomes a power. That's a power stunt.
I feel like you're jinxing me on that, but I'm gonna roll.
You guys have to understand when you have the backgrounds up, we cannot read your phones.
Oh, I know. I got 3.
Oh,
At least you're
Yeah.
honest.
yeah, a 3. This game does technically not have critical fails or critical fumbles.
But that is one. Just throw that
That
out
is
there.
If there ever was.
Critical roll.
Yeah, I think it should happen just for trying to go for his Trump power every time he does anything. He should
Yeah.
Shit the bed.
Ooh, power shame.
It's a
Power
lesson learned.
shame.
It's a lesson learned.
Yeah, it was a big push, and it was too much for Sue. As you put the force field up, again, a giant crackling arc of negative zone energy comes, and as it hits your force field, the antimatter contacts explode. But due to the fact that you're projecting it from your mind, you feel the explosion 100 times ringing through your head. And give me another endurance check to not pass out, Sue Storm.
Damn, you got hit by Mike Tyson.
I did a roll already. It was 85.
Your endurance is a 20.
Oh, smash into the back of your brain smash into the back of your skull.
I'm gonna still be awake, but I'm gonna have so much shame. I'm gonna wish I was asleep.
Skull smash.
85 is deep into the yellow. You are good as it is quite too much, and it has definitely overwhelmed you, and it has knocked you back on yourself, and you just kind of get dazed, and there's just images of Namor in your mind just swimming around.
There's a story there.
Like that.
Thing.
Right.
You see these probes shooting out.
So my concern, just as a team, and I know I can't share this because I'm 2 floors down, but my immediate concern is he's already spawned 3. Who says he doesn't spawn more if we don't do something about the actual portal?
I thought the portal was closed.
In my mind, as Ben Grimm, I either A, find one of the bathtub ships and start following things, one of our airships, get down into the hangar and start following some of the probes, or jump back up and try to get back on that floor. Could I feasibly make a jump back up?
Yeah, you're fucking the thing.
Okay, so let me roll for the jump.
I don't know how to. I think that the thing has gotten so depowered in the last 20 years. Like the thing has gone toe to toe with
the Hulk.
everyone. Exactly.
Yeah,
He's fought the Hulk to a standstill.
And in the rule book, it says if you have a certain amount of strength, you have a certain amount of distance you can jump just on GP general. Yeah. So I want to make the jump back up into the room where Storm just got brain smashed.
Yeah.
Sue just got brain smashed. I want to jump back into the room and kind of assess what's going on with the the entity. I know I can't hit it, but just kind of I'm goaltending at the moment, and we got the midfielders looking for the for the pots.
Is that a soccer reference?
Roll for the jump? No, I'm good. 65 anyway. I'm good.
Yeah, you were able to easily make your way up to the 2 stories. As you land your full weight onto the already compromised floor, you can feel the entire thing kind of shake and see sparks shooting out from the machinery that you are right next to. Sue has been stunned and is laying flat. Reed is straining to hold this probe back. Johnny has left the haystack. And I am saying a dope rap.
At this point, I want to just save Sue and jump across.
I love it. Give me a strength save as you swoop her up and punch through the wall and make a jump to the next rooftop.
Okay. 6. I got karma.
Use karma.
You do have karma.
I got 50 karma. Hold on. I only need 20,
Damn, that dude's got a lot of karma.
5. So I'll use 19 karma if I can. Oh, gracious.
It's you got a 6 on a monstrous, so it's 5 per block. 15, 19. You want to get that green.
Yeah.
And sorry, I'm just keeping track of everything.
Yep.
Describe it to me, thing.
I land. Things are getting shaky. Sue, what's going on over there? I walk over. I pick her up, light as a feather. She seems bewildered as her eyes are rolling in the back of her head. Hair is everywhere. I look across the way. I see what is a window to the adjacent business building. It's been evacuated because I don't see anyone on that floor. Pretty high ceilings on that floor, and I make the biggest jump. I fly across, the avenue, turn my back into the window, and smash through the window, landing with her cuddled into my arms. Immediately feel uncomfortable having her that close to me or anyone, and just kind of get.
I love it.
That's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. That's awesome.
Thank you, Benjamin. But what was that I felt?
That was rock hard.
Beautiful storytelling. You're going to get rewarded some extra karma at the end of this session because I don't want to just zero out the karma that you did, but that was amazing work. And as you...
Yes, please. Where's the
There were 2 missiles in the air.
Yeah, right. as you arc through the sky with Sue, you beautifully make the landing into the empty office space, and things get all pushed around and destroyed. And as you stop the cubicle that you're in, there's just a poster of Kathy Ireland hanging, and then it falls down and drops.
Sarah roughness.
She is safe, and Tony, Big Bertha has made its way to the portal. You see several probes, 4 total, making their way out, shooting. Johnny has been able to catch one. Mr. Fantastic has caught one. What are you doing?
Well, I am continuing to get readouts and analysis on the. I'm going to call it the Rift. I like that better in this condition. I don't know why I'm going with the Rift, and Tony being Tony, everyone's calling it a portal. He's going to call it a Rift. Kind of like in a very like asshole kind of way. Yeah, sure. So I'm gonna roll for the information and see how what kind of readings I'm getting, I guess, and go from there. All right. So let's see here.
Give me a reason roll with a 1-column shift due to Tony's extreme intelligence with physics.
I got physics, baby. All right, here we go. Oh, dude, you guys, let me start screenshotting some of these because just in case, it didn't work. Oh, great, it erased it. 98.
Oof.
Yeah.
Man, rolling like a boost.
Nice.
You are killing it. Yeah, Tony.
So I get clean, accurate information that tells me exactly where the cannons have to be, and I realize that my calculations have been exact and that I can attack the rift aggressively, definitely contain it, and possibly start to close it. So I program everything into the drones to set up the cannons in their optimal positions. And after I'm done programming, before they're even set up, I'm off to go jump into the fight to help the rest of the friends.
I love it. With your 98, you pull everything off, and you make your way out. You put your, you're in the Silver Centurion suit now. Your booster jets are extra propelled by some rerouting of the energy, and you're able to streak your way over to the Baxter Building. Peter Parker, you've seen all of this unfold. What are you doing?
Step it up, Peter.
Well, since nobody knows I'm here, I figure, and everybody seems to have their shit in order, I'm going to go ahead and attempt to sneak inside. I figured that since Black Star has kind of a beat on everybody but me, perhaps my sense of subterfuge can actually lend some help. If everybody else started going for all those little spiky probes, I should go for the last one. If I'm standing upside down, I can go ahead and shoot a web at it. I'm pretty good with that. I could shoot a web at it, hit it with the web, and swing it back around and try and swing it into the rift, and then thus getting rid of it.
Nice.
I love it. That's very, very Spidey.
I'm going to go ahead and roll. Is that cool?
Oh, yeah. Now, you're going to roll on your agility as your web shooter shoots out the webbing. Ooh.
And that's how Spidey rolls.
What?
Unintended.
Some people say he's the best member of the Avengers, and that might be why. He rolls 95.
It goes off exactly as you wish. Describe the scene and give us the Peter Parker quip at the end of it.
So I see everybody else going for their stuff, doing their thing, and I'm like, well, I got to do my thing. So what I do is I go ahead and shoot the web, swing it around, go ahead and use that reverse polarity and momentum to go ahead and swing that bad boy right back into the rift. After it goes in there, bullseye. Looks like a rift's getting spiked. How about? Can I get another one? No. Yeah. It's like, who likes their eggs extra spiky? Or All right, then forget it.
Oh no, I like it. I like it. That was awesome. Definitely fucking karma points going to be at the end. Yeah, no, Peter, you've got your strength. You're able to redirect the probe back into the rift, and as it does, Blastar's like, no, and and that's when you realize that he's a hologram as his image starts to break up with that one gone. The probe disappears into the negative zone along with your weapon.
Hey, all right. I knew I wore a suit for a reason.
Is Iron Man going to try to capture it, or is he going to try to destroy it? Or send it back to the negative zone?
We're discussing that at the moment. He could catch it. It wouldn't even be a problem to catch it. He's so fast.
It really, really isn't.
Yeah.
Silver Centurion armor is so fast. That's crazy. Yeah, Tony, as you take up... Tony, as you take off from Avengers Mansion, you are able to track the trajectory of the fourth probe. You see the streaking comet-like form of Johnny Storm doing his best to catch it, but getting out of his reach and getting outgassed. You can tell that you can alter your angle to make an interception with the rocket rather quickly. Give me shift one. Yeah, I mean, you still have to take the roll. Give me a flight roll and speed to see how fast you get there.
Flight roll and speed coming right up. Okay, let's see here. I'm going to have my assistant here reveal to you the number of my roll. Darling?
Yeah?
Please assist me.
What am I doing?
You're going to tell me what, tell them, you're going to say
got
this number out loud. You're going to say this number out loud.
Okay, here it goes. 63.
That's what we got.
Hey!
Good roll. Good roll.
5.
Huzzah!
Yeah, Tony, you were able to streak through the sky of the Big Apple, weaving your way through the canyon-like skyscrapers. And as you emerge, you see the probe right in front of you. Johnny is right to your left, and you are coming up. What is you exactly? What is your exact move, Tony?
I'm super fast, as Nelson pointed out, so I actually get kind of in front of this thing like this, and then just start fucking zapping it, to like kind of catch it as it starts to come by, and I'm just like, aiming at it with my gauntlets, like pulsating at it, grabbing it in mid fucking travel.
I fucking love it. Give me another. Are you good? So you're going to use your disruptor field, your pulse bolts, or your repulsors?
I think the pulse bolts, right? I want to fucking smash this thing.
Do it.
Smash it, kid. Do it, Mr. Stark. You got this.
All right, baby. This is for all the marbles.
68.
Nice.
That's going to do it.
Off of your monstrous into your 68, deep into the yellow. These pulse bolts, as you know, are an intensified and experimental version of the repulsor beams that you have to redirect some of your power pack towards to get them to work. As you do, you have to shunt some of your speed away, and you slow down just a bit, but you are right in front of it. And as it crosses over and your pulse bolts shoot into it, you see the egg. It's red, metallic organic-ish shell starts to shimmer, shake, and grow just a little. And it continues to move through the sky.
That's no bueno.
Just me.
Johnny Storm, what are you doing? You are streaking through the sky with one of them in your hand. As you look down, you notice that the one that is in your hand is like around your hand is actually like growing. As it starts to expand, it is actually like growing around your hand as if it was as if you were putting your hand into a bunch of dough.
So, in an attempt to see like what's the breaking point on this thing, can we destroy it? I'm going to continue to generate fire on it and apply that fire torch pressure to it constantly. At the same time, trying to take the object into the upper atmosphere where if it is potentially harmful, it'll have less damage.
Yeah. Can he hold his breath up there?
He can go super high for sure.
Yeah.
He's a spacefarer.
Yeah, he can, and he keeps himself from
Why did
freezing.
he just
call him a
throw
space
over
fury?
Spacefarer.
Space Fuhrer.
Farer.
That's frightening.
Wayfarer.
That's a good question. Does Johnny Storm have cosmic flight?
Oh, so you're saying cosmic flame doesn't require
Like plasma. It's
It's
plasma.
not burning like
It's
not
neither
burning like
liquid nor gas.
Like
or
liquid
solid.
hot.
It's plasma.
this guy's not a campfire.
It's self-sustaining at that point.
They're fucking oxygen.
It's borderline nuclear at that point. It's self-sustaining.
No, yeah, it's no.
So Johnny, give me
Go get him, Johnny.
Give me a roll for flight as you try to take this
man.
upward thing up into the sky and see how much drag it gives you.
What you drinking, Tom?
45 here.
Good night and good luck.
You are good as you make your way up into the atmosphere and you continue to put energy
What's the
into
mix?
it.
What is it? What alcohol is it?
Ginger beer, lime, and vodka.
Nice.
You're going to use your generate fire.
Yes.
Johnny, give me a roll.
Whoa, yeah. 89.
Yeah,
Oh,
Johnny.
nice.
You're rolling like a
Smoked
champion.
it.
That was a good year.
Smoked it.
That was a good
Crisp
year.
it. Torch that, gosh.
Love it. Good year. Wrapping up the shipping. They want to get some.
Johnny can create up to unearthly intensity. And you max out, Johnny?
Yeah, hell yeah. I mean,
I don't want to know. I got to stay down for like 10 rounds if I max out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Take one for the team, Johnny.
That's like a ultimate,
Not
not
for
just
one.
a little egg thing, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the eggs maybe, but like not one.
That's why I specifically said short of Nova Flame because.
Excellent. So, Johnny, as you do that, even with the column shift from just maxing out, you still using an amazing column, get the first red intensity. Johnny shoots through the sky, just shy of Nova, the plasma all coming around. The egg continues to grow in your hand. It expands. You continue to pour heat into it. And as you do, the entire shell explodes. There is a giant, it looks as if there's a rift in the sky where the creature stands. Like on the other side of it is the negative zone. And it continues to grow and grow and grow, but all of the heat that you put into it going into the bullseye, you messed up its gestation period. And it explodes, and there's just like rifts of non-reality moving through the sky. And as it starts to fall down and hit some of the rooftops, the antimatter just like causes like small explosions across New York.
What?
Thanks, Johnny. Big old terrorist. No.
I like
Just face bombed Wall
Hero.
Street, Johnny. Way to go, bub.
Yeah.
Get this
Johnny,
shot.
Is that all the eggs? Is that all we're worried about now? No.
Johnny, what's your quip? What's the Johnny Storm as you fly off successfully?
As you can see, I like my eggs scrambled.
Ah!
Or another for the Human Torch.
Oh, I like that one. I like that
20
one.
karma points.
Oh, that was awesome. So with that amazing Johnny scrambled line, we are going to close out this issue 1 of a special Spider-Man, Iron Man, Fantastic Four crossover. We roll deep. We all appreciate you coming in. Check out Good to Go. And saying goodbye are
Iron
Lucy,
Man.
Reed Richards.
Hombre de hierro.
Oh, editor, the invisible human.
Nelson Garces, The Thing, Ben Grimm.
Johnny Storm, a.k.a. Ty, a.k.a. I should have been a thing.
Tony G.
Yeah.
Oh,
The only one that could have been Tony Stark. Tony Stark.
Next week. We can switch next week.
Tony G. Peter Parker. Totally nailed the egg thing.
And I am not Stan Lee. And until you turn the page and see the next issue, like the great Stan Lee, Excelsior.
Excelsior.